Sounds good. Nigeria Chambers from Big Gold Belt Media. Patton, it's an honor to talk to you, man. You're one of my favorite actors, voice actors, comedians, and I just want to quickly say thank you for what had needed to been said last night at the Golden Reel ceremony. So it's a total pleasure to talk to you
Oh
today, buddy. How you doing?
man, how are you? Thank you so much. Yeah, I had a lot of fun saying that stuff.
You the man. I love
Thank
it.
you.
You're a straight shooter, and we need more of you in the world. Honestly, I was surprised that they confirmed me for this interview. I was like, this man is so busy. How's he going to make time to do interviews today? You got the announcement of the 1% Club, Ghostbusters right around the corner, and then the big project of Manhunt, which is
Yeah,
releasing March 15th.
I like
Um,
working. I like staying busy.
I know you do, and I'm glad you do as well too as a fan.
Hmm.
But since listen, you're fantastic with wordplay. That's one of the best parts of your stand-ups. Is like
Thank
you're
you.
really good with words. When you have to talk about your character, Lafayette Baker, if you had to describe him in an unorthodox way, how would you kind of describe somebody who may not be a history buff, who may not know anything about Abraham Lincoln's assassination? You had to say, like, hey, I'm playing a character in Manhunt. What would be some descriptors you would use?
He was a man. I'll put it this way. He was a man who was out for justice, as long as being out for justice paid really well. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You dangle a prize in front of Lafayette Baker, and he'll get your man.
I was trying to explain it to a friend. I was like, yeah, he's like Dog the Bounty Hunter, but just juiced up on federal dollars. Like, this guy's going to get his.
He's like Dog the Bounty Hunter, but full of really old rum.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for you, how much of a history buff would you consider yourself?
I wouldn't call myself a history buff, but I read a lot of history. There are certain periods in both American and world history that I am kind of fascinated with. If only because they remind you that, oh, wait a minute, this brink that we seem to be on the edge of, that we've never been on the edge before, we've actually been on that brink a bunch of times. So,
My
that
God.
it's weirdly comforting to go, oh, we've been in worse situations and pulled ourselves out of it.
Yeah, I would say the line
Yeah.
of, man, how unfar we've come in
Oh
history and
God.
society.
What is
Just a
there?
reminder
And
every
and
day.
I don't want to spoil anything. There are moments in this series, and they're in the book. They were in history, but you're going, are we literally doing this again? We're still doing this. This is
Yep.
insane.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. And with that too, I mean, the more and more you kind of dive deep into Abraham Lincoln's assassination, I mean, it's a rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. Was there anything upon taking this role, reading the book, that sort of surprised you about the nature of his assassination?
What I wasn't as surprised with the nature of his assassination. I think Lincoln was one of those rare historic figures like Gandhi and King who subconsciously, I think they realized they were putting their lives on the line and were probably going to die, and they made a weird kind of peace with it. And
Yeah,
and, and that's such a so goes against the human instinct to survive that it's hard for a lot of us to actually conceive of what that to reach that level of wisdom and intelligence and enlightenment. But the thing that did surprise me was I always thought, like, well, after Lincoln was assassinated, there was a coordinated, focused effort to get Booth and that, but it was such chaos, and there were so many million things that went wrong and could have gone wrong even worse and led to an
yeah,
even. I mean, it was good that he died when he died, but I also know they wanted him alive to get the info for the
answers.
massiveness of the conspiracy, and they didn't get that. So there's things where you're like, I did not realize the chaos got that crazy after the assassination. We almost lost the whole country.
You could say that again.
Oh God.
Any thoughts, and whether you want to answer this or not, any thoughts about what was torn out of the diary?
Oh man. See, that's something that I think will drive you crazy.
Man,
I don't know. I feel like there was still enough in the diary to convict and, hang him, but oh God. See, now I'm gonna go down 900 other rabbit holes. I don't know. That's gonna be one of those things in history. It's like you're gonna have to live with the fact that we're never gonna know who Jack the Ripper was. As
Yeah.
we'll study it forever, we're never gonna know, and we're gonna have you got to find a way to live with that.
My God, my God. Patton, thank you so much for your time. And folks, you can check out Manhunt coming to Apple TV Plus March 15th. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I